Dear brothers and sisters, we remember the Lord told his disciples to beware of the leaven of Pharisees and the leaven of Sadducees. What does this mean for us today? And how is this related to temptations that we need to go through? Today I want to share with you some thoughts, both on individual level and on the church level. Well, first of all, let's take a look. Mark chapter 8, verse 13 to 15. And he left them, and entering into the ship again departed to the other side. Now the disciples had forgotten to take bread, neither had they in the ship with them more than one loaf. And he charged them, saying, Take heed, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the leaven of Herod. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, It is because we have no bread. Okay. And the same story in Matthew 6, 5 to 12, with some extra details. Okay, there the Lord is saying about the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of the Sadducees, not Herod, but most likely it's the same thing. And at the end he is, and they understood later that he's talking about the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. Today we don't have Pharisees and Sadducees around, but both of the Spirit are with us, are very much with us. Okay, and the Lord is saying that this is like a leaven. Okay, I could say it's like a virus. Okay, it's spreading, it's becoming stronger. The Lord also called the message of the kingdom of God leaven of the kingdom of heaven. That's in Matthew 13:33. So we can say that both in our hearts and in this church and in the world, for that matter, there are these three leaven, okay, competing in the sense. Okay, the leaven of the gospel that we hear when we embrace the gospel, when we want to follow Christ. However, it is choked very quickly in most people. It's choked by either the leaven of Pharisees or the leaven of Sadducees. And even in the disciples, we will see in the moment, the Lord was testing them, and he discovered that they have that leaven of Sadducees especially. Okay? Well, we can talk a lot about this, what does this mean? There are different interpretations, but I want to make it straightforward. Okay? I want to make it simple. The leaven of the Pharisees is when our religious life is getting separated from our real life. Okay? And the Pharisees, they had these external rules. They wanted to have contract with God. Okay, we do these commandments, 613 commandments. Okay, we keep all those commandments. Okay, so that's why they're united with the lawyers, connected with the lawyers in the gospel very often, because those lawyers, they knew the law of God. Okay, and they had this table of commandments, and it was very legalistic. This is what we have in the Catholic Church. Okay, and in the Orthodox Church, unfortunately, we have that mindset also. Many people have that legalistic approach. Sins, how much sins? This is a big sin, this is a small sin. Okay, what do you do to compensate these sins and things like this? Okay, but the bigger problem is the split between the external and the real, internal. Between the holy, so-called holy, and unholy. For example, we go to church, okay, this is holy place, this is holy time. Now I pretend I'm holy. Okay, this is public, everybody can see me. But when I go out or when I go home, I can be devil, I can be whatever. it doesn't really matter. Yeah, yes, I will repent, but basically I have this switch, okay, switching. And even in the church, I can be a devil inside. I can judge others, I can do everything, but I will pretend, I will drink holy water, I will do this, put a candle, pretend I'm a holy one, okay? So this separation, all of us have it, okay? All of us have it. You could even test it when you pray. Do you pray just the prayer that you're supposed to pray? Your heart is somewhere else. Be honest with yourself. You're not really talking to the Lord when you pray. This is Pharisee spirit. Our heart is somewhere else. Our mind is somewhere else. Okay? This is why we're so unstable. Because we have that split. And this is related to the spirit of Cain. Okay? Because he had that mindset. I sacrifice to the Lord good things, but I keep some for myself. So this keeping something for myself, this is mine, okay? Don't interfere. This is against the plan of God, okay? This is against the way of salvation. This is why he did not he did not accept the sacrifice of Cain. This whole idea of creating my own world and just using God for my sake, okay? This is basically going to paganism, eventually. But still, it's trying to pretend, it's trying to keep something. Also, the Pharisee spirit, very often it's talking about some external rules, and very often it's more sort of traditionalist. It's more conservative, okay? Most of conservatives are Pharisees, okay? This is why the Lord was accusing them. I'm not against tradition. No, it's not the problem of tradition. It's the problem of how you take it. You don't have the spirit of it. You have only the letter. You take out these traditions, canons, or whatever, just to hit somebody's head. That's why the Lord has told you, you're using your earthly commandments to substitute, to annihilate the commandment of God. And the thing is that the Pharisee spirit, which is in all of us, okay, just be honest with yourself. We are all Pharisees, we're all hypocrites, okay, in many circumstances. Due to our vainglory, due to our lack of spirituality, due to many reasons. It is separation. Essentially what it is that you are far away from Christ, okay? There is no living relationship with truth. You are not bearing the truth in yourself. You're fake, okay? You can be poked and exposed that you are filthy. Your real wishes, real mindset is far away from being Christian, okay? And this eventually can lead you to the Herodian or to the Sadducee, the leaven of the Sadducee, okay? They're related. What is the leaven of Sadducee? Sadducees, they were materialists, okay? They said, well, no resurrection, no spiritual world, it's all here. Just whatever you see, this is it, okay? And so it's a religious materialism, you can say it that way, okay? It's like Marxism, okay? It's you worship all these things, Communist Party, Lenin, whatever, production, progress. These things are your idols, efficiency, and all those things. And or in capitalism, capital, you worship capital, you worship this production and human capital, I don't know, all those things, materialism, technologies, industrial revolutions, all those things, okay, It's all about paradise in this world, okay? And this is what you believe in. This is what gives you comfort and assurance. And basically, you are a materialist. You can say every day that you are a Christian, okay? You can have a big banner, I'm Christian, but the mindset is materialistic. And we can see now that apostles, they have the materialistic mind, okay? So what kind of things? For example, you don't do anything before you have a budget, because you believe in this, in money, okay? You get the money, then you begin, oh yes, now we can do it, this. No money, okay, no, nothing, it's impossible. Because you believe only in material stuff. Okay, you don't trust the Lord. You trust Mammon. And this was the reason why Jews crucified Christ. And that was the reason why they betrayed him so many times, going to these pagan gods. You remember that event when they were in the desert 40 years. They were trying God, they were testing God, putting him in temptation by saying to Moses, we have no water, we are thirsty, we will die here, why you brought us here? By saying that, basically what they wanted is they said, okay, if God that you are talking about is Almighty, let him do miracle and save us here and give us drink. Okay. You ask him if he can do that. Okay, then we believe he's Almighty. Otherwise, we don't need it. We don't want it. We don't trust him. This is tempting God. This is this anti-Christian idea. This is why they were saying, come from the cross and we will believe you. Remember? And also, they were asking for some signs. Give us some signs and we believe that it's you. So they wanted this materialistic, powerful Messiah, ruler of this world. And they wanted all through, from the time in the desert. The Lord was trying to save at least someone from that stubborn, materialistic Mammonists, the Israelites. And of course, some were saved, but like very few. And now we cannot expect like, everybody becomes like that. No, we say, why not everybody is Christian? Why the Christians are so many, but nobody really follows Christ? Okay, it's all Pharisees, and they have all those things, like, because they want a different thing. They want Mammon. They don't want Christ. Most of us are like that. Okay, we need to be honest to ourselves also. It's not the problem of they; it's the problem of us. And this is why the Lord is sending temptations. From the time when he was with his disciples, we can see in John chapter 6, 5 to 7. This is when he broke the 5 loaves and gave it to the apostles, and they fed 5,000 people, men, not counting women and children. So that miracle, before doing that miracle, he called Philip. So when Jesus then lifted up his eyes and saw a great company come unto him, he saith unto Philip, whence shall we buy bread that these may eat? And this he said to prove him, to test him, to tempt him, okay, in the original. For he himself knew what he would do. Philip answered him, 200 pennyworth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may take a little. So he has this calculator here, immediately calculating, okay, so many people, how much bread? the most we can think about we can get 200 denarii. Maybe we can get, but it's not enough even for them to live a little bit. Okay? It's not like even a snack. So he failed this test. He failed. Because of Sadducee, because of that materialistic spirit. And eventually, and we know Philip, he was quite materialistic. When the Lord told him, okay, you know the Father, he said, where? Show us the Father, and it's enough. And the Lord told him, Philip, you are with me for so long, and you say you don't know the Father. So Philip was quite materialistic. Let's know that. But what was the purpose then of Jesus Christ asking him this question? The thing is that later Philip would reflect what has happened, and that he beforehand he was calculating that only with so much money this is possible. So it will be evident for him that his lack of faith is not in line with what Jesus is preaching. So he will grow in faith later. And all the temptations that the Lord is sending to us every day, we need to use these temptations to grow in faith, to get rid of these Sadducee and Pharisee spirits. We have a sorrow, we need not to complain, but we need to receive it, to face it. And it will help us become more humble, become more sincere. Okay, not this Pharisee, this pretend, like an actor. This comes through pain, this comes through a lot of suffering. And the same thing with the Sadducee spirit. Okay, we have difficulties, struggles. We don't know how to live. We don't know if we have enough money next month. Okay, no, it's not a panic that we need to be shaking and scolding everyone. No, we need to trust the Lord. Learn, okay, in this hardship, I entrust myself to the Lord. Yes, I do what I can, but my trust is in the Lord. And I don't have depression and anxiety and all those things because I don't have money or something else. Okay, and also I said that Pharisee spirit brings usually this conservatism and this formalism. Herodian spirit, materialistic Sadducee spirit, it's very often it's bringing us, well, it could bring either liberalism in the sense that everything goes as long as it brings benefit. So ecumenism, the spirit of adultery, spiritual adultery, in essence, what does it mean? I will want have benefits from everyone. Okay, we are good with these people, we are good with these people, we are good with sects, with Buddhists, so that we can obtain some benefit here and there. This is one thing. Another thing is become prostitute of the government. Okay. Because they have power, they have resource, so we surrender our faith and do whatever they tell us to do. Okay, and it could be very autocratic. Okay, it could be very totalitarian. But it also is because we worship power, we worship might, we worship financial resources. This is also Sadducee spirit. Okay, and usually they are intertwined. The Pharisee and Sadducee. Okay, So Pharisee can also be liberal, there was this Galil. There was a teacher. There were two schools, famous schools, Shammai and Gilel, sorry. And that Gilel, he was liberal. Shammai was conservative. Gilel was liberal. So, okay, but I don't want to confuse you. In essence, we understand that these two things is something that we need to work on. It's something that we need to watch out for. Whenever we can see it, be it in our family, be it in a parish, be it in the church, we need to see, okay, this spirit is not, we are not loyal to Christ, we're not loyal to truth. Whenever we have this, we will betray gospel, we will not allow the leaven of the kingdom of heaven to have effect, to raise the bread, to raise the to bring fruit. The Lord is waiting for us to have fruit. We will be alienating Christ from our life. So this Pharisee is, we can say, it's first step, and the Sadducee is the second step, which is complete enmity towards Christ. Let's put it this way. Because you replaced him completely with the surrogate of Mammon. But you might think you're Christian. Okay, this is something crazy. Like those Sadducees, they were still thinking that they are pious Jews. Okay, however, they were doing exact opposite from what the Lord has preached throughout all the Old Testament. It's not something completely new that Jesus brought. This was preached throughout the Old Testament. And they were in direct contradiction with that. And still they were able to put it together in their mind. This is deception from the devil, and let us be faithful to Christ. Let us overthrow all these things, clean out all this filthy leaven of Pharisees, Sadducees, all this idol worshipping, and become true witnesses of Christ and His love, His truth. May the Lord be with us, brothers and sisters. God bless.